I really like this dude. You know how you have ever met anybody and that you really was interested in him, and it's like we hadn't been intimate or anything like that. We had, like I said, we hadn't kissed.
Well, she didn't. She couldn't really act on that because I was a hoe.
I ask everybody, and I would love to hear from both of you, obviously, besides y'all's name, who you are. And what is one thing you love most about who you are in this world?
Ooh. Again, I'm Tamela Mann, and who am I? I'm just happy to be here. I'm just blessed to be here. Honestly, I mean, that probably sounds far-fetched, but I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing. What I love to do, which is to share music, to even share our life stories. Just
so, what do you like most
about me? Oh, I'm sorry. I like everything about me.
You like everything about
me?
I mean, there's things that you can change, but there's always something we can change. But I do love everything about me.
You do?
Why you say everything like that, David? Why are you trying to come for her?
Because I know that there's some stuff that she's like, I wish I could change this, and I wish I could do this.
Well, I mean, that's everybody. There's always something that you can change and make better. I mean, wherever I need to be better, Lord, make me better. But
listen, I'm a procrastination kind of person over here. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't like everything about me. I guess, but I'm David Mann. I'm a father, husband, grandfather, all of that. I think one of my greatest attributes is I make people better. I can, people around me, I can do to make better. I don't like everything about me. I'm a sarcastic idiot sometimes, but that's what other people love about me.
It's good and bad.
But of course, there's things, like I said, that I could be better at. But, well, she said, well, they know us already as, well, some people know us as David and Tamela, and they know we're married.
Yeah.
And, I'm a grandmother, I'm a mother, and I'm actually a great aunt that some people may not know.
You're
that
a great
I am.
great?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
The people in their family start having kids at 15 or 13 and stuff.
Hey,
no, I'm kidding.
Look at this dude.
The very color purple. But you know what? Listen. We back in the day that was problematic. We know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's crazy. A great. And so Mr. Mann, he says he makes people better. Y'all have been this unit for a very long time. So Tamela, how do you feel like David's made you better?
Well, I'm an artist because of David, and that's a part of him making me better. And he pushed me. When you say procrastination, I can be a procrastinator.
Good child.
And to have someone in my corner to push me for the better, he has. And I can really give him that card. And we always say the one thing in our marriage that we always try to outdo each other, doing for each other. But to come to think of it, the other day I was doing an interview, just myself, and I was talking to a young lady, and I said, I really have to be honest and tell you right now, I think you have outdone me. You have done me, so I have to push to even be better.
Oh.
Because he's pushed me so much that, I mean, everything that I do, I can just say it, and David makes it happen. And I mean, he says that, and it's like, I haven't made it happen like that, like he's made it happen for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to do better. So I say I feel like it's something about all of us that we could do better. That's one area that I gotta do better.
Well, that's some good partnership. Now I want to ask the same of you then, Tamela. How do you make him better?
How do I make him better?
You.
How does she make you better, David?
There's like very few people on this earth that can calm the savage beast once it gets going. Once they open the gate.
Oh Lord.
He does.
She's made me better in calming me. Cause like sometimes, even like say I'm doing a stand-up show or some kind of show, when she's in the room, and my kids often joke about it, when she comes in the room, it changes my demeanor. It gives me that, okay, good, I'm good. She's my, I'm good. And I don't even think she knows that. Yeah, so when she comes in, the kids will joke like, Okay, mama's in the room.
And
Here
what
it
he
goes.
does, it's like his
My swagger.
swag change. It does.
That's cool. That's interesting. You know what I love though, because you guys have been together so long, and people are always like, "Oh, what's the secret?" and this and that. I don't know if I necessarily believe in there being some sort of secret to a long-lasting relationship like that, but I do want to know, because we do romanticize the falling in love. But can y'all talk a little bit about the staying in love and what that takes from people
It
when you're
should
in
be.
these long relationships?
It should be growing in love. You
Mm.
see what I'm saying? Because people say, "Oh, I fell in love." We grew. Like we've been together 32 years, and there's still growth. We're still a work in progress, and
Right.
we realize that. And she's the perfect person for me, and so that's what makes me. It's just our imperfections that we mesh together and become perfect for each other.
Right. Because what I lack, he's there to catch that lack. And I really appreciate that. That's why a lot of times when I do interviews, even with receiving an award, when I received awards, I always want him to come with me, because he's my comfort, and he helps that nervous jitter that I have.
No, listen. She's getting a Grammy award, right? And I'm like, this
The
is
queen.
When it's her moment, I try to stay out of the way. I fade into the background.
But you see why she wants you there, right?
Yeah, but for me, it's like, you've worked hard for this. This is your moment. We're literally arguing as they called her name, Tamela Mann, and she's like, "Come with me. This is your moment." So we're standing there in the aisle. Come with me.
Because I know it's my voice and people see me.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for him pushing me, you wouldn't be seeing me like you see me if it wasn't for him. In all honesty,
I can understand that.
Besides God and then him, because I really am kind of shy. I talk when I have to talk, but he's really helped me become the artist that I am.
We are truly grateful for that.
Huh?
Yeah, we are truly grateful for that, because you are a tremendous talent. Could you imagine if you just did not give this to the world?
Oh, wow. Oh, God.
That's what I said.
Could you imagine?
I told her, "You're world class. You have to be heard." She was like, "No, I'm not going out there by myself."
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like, man, I'm really grateful, and I love him for that. But I think the base of our relationship is our friendship. He is my best friend, and if for those who have followed us have heard me say time and time again, he really is my best friend, my baby daddy, my husband. It's like he's all these things.
It's a lot. It's a lot to be all those things. Because some people would argue you don't need your partner to fill or to tick all those boxes.
But for me, I need it.
Right.
Somebody else, Danielle, somebody else may not. But for me, that's your standard. This works. This is part of my vice. This works for me.
Right.
Nice for you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You want that? That's how you do. You rub your chest, girl.
Y'all are so sweet and so cute. I'm just living for the connection y'all share. Before we get into the new show and talk about, you coming back for the House of Pain, I want to talk a little bit more about y'all two together. Can you tell me a little bit about the moment where it kind of it clicked for you that that was it? Like your socks was blown off.
We started early on because my best friend introduced us one Friday. I'll never forget, it was a Friday, and they had a class together, a course class, and she had told, it was him, Kirk Franklin, and our pastor now, which is Darryl Blair. They all had a group together as teenagers in high school, and it was a gospel group, and she was like, "Y'all sing good, but I know somebody who could sing better than y'all." So she took me to the school to meet them, and it's like, after we met that one day, that evening I had to sing at this other church event, and I invited them to come hear me. And then after that, it's like we kept running into each other. It's like they were singing, and I didn't know they were going to be there, and to hear them, it just grew. and it just really grew into all of this.
And see, what she didn't tell you is it started. You say, how did the explosion happen?
Yeah, like when did
that was a part of it.
Well, the explosion happened when I wound up kissing her, and she threw some tongue at me, and that's how the explosion happened.
No.
After that, I knew she was kind of serious about it.
But
Yeah.
even before we kissed, it's like, I really like this dude. You know how you have ever met anybody and that you really was interested in him, and it's like we hadn't been intimate or anything like that. We had, like I said, we hadn't kissed.
Well, she couldn't really act on that because I was a hoe.
She didn't ask you.
Oh, she didn't ask me that.
But we started singing together, and so it's like we started growing. Our friendship started growing. Oh, this dude right here. See, never a dull moment, y'all. Never a dull moment.
Never. Well,
that just messed you up, didn't it?
Because I want to know how you got him out of wholeville.
Well, because of our friendship, it turned into where he started, because we started singing together, right?
Right.
He started protecting me early, like even when the guys, because they would harsh play with me a lot, and he'd be like, "Hey, this is a girl. She's a young lady. It's a girl. You don't wrestle and tussle with her like that." And it's like I started noticing it, and just it grew.
She grew in love with me.
It grew. It really did.
But that still don't make him not a hoe.
No, let me tell you, I started having to tell everybody, because she knew my girlfriend.
I knew everybody he was dating.
Yeah.
Because I was singing together, and it was 3. I was the only girl. It was 4 guys. The other musician, which was Kermit, that was playing, and the other 3 that I just told y'all about. Mm-hmm. So it's like I knew who everybody was dating.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was the pass interference for, I was the interference for some of the stuff going on. But then after we start,
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so I slowly just like,
he started,
her friend, the same friend that introduced us was like, she like you. She really like you. I'm like, who, me? Little old innocent me. And so once I really knew it, I just kind of started,
he stopped talking to a lot.
So he got his own act right, basically.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you, as a woman, we can't, or even as a man, we can't change anybody. It has to be something mental that's something that you want and something that you want to work toward or to gain. It's not, you can't make anybody change. They have to want that on the inside.
Exactly. And I like that you said that too, because I'm just like, a lot of the times people want to put it on the woman to be the one to,
Nah, I had to get myself together. Right. And I had to get together because, number one, she had all kinds of Christian thugs around her. Like,
not the Christian thug.
She had one auntie. I went to the house and I'm over there cutting up, and the auntie just did like this. Who are you? Are you saved? Do you know the Lord? And I'm looking like, I know him.
Like, I
know him.
That's good.
And so I knew once, me and her got together, this was gonna be one of them death do you part situations.
Oh, the standards. The standards were obvious.
Yeah. Right. So I said, well, let me.
But it's a blessing. I'm so grateful that he felt that, and then I didn't have to war with that. I think that's, in our relationship.
She had a whole bunch of people praying.
Yeah, and a lot of people was, even when he met my brothers, they was like, "Hey,
they want to fight.
Make sure you do right by my little sister."
Well, did they know? Did they know about his wholeness?
They didn't.
No, because they was hoes.
You're not gonna go in there and just pass that out. You're not gonna pass that card out.
They were doing it.
But the thing is he hadn't made a commitment to me, so I couldn't. It wasn't like, how am I gonna talk about him? And we don't have a commitment. We didn't have a commitment to each other.
Right.
So, but once we made that commitment,
right,
all things changed then.
The bets were off.
Yeah.
What happened to the Christian thugs though? Where'd they go?
They still was some of them still living.
Still around.
But after they had to talk with him, it's like everybody, even to this day, like my uncle, some of my cousins, the ones who was like, I didn't know if he was good enough for you. They apologized to him. It was like, and one of my brothers, I talked to the other day. He's incarcerated, and he was like, "Tam, I didn't think y'all would last." He said, "I just didn't know what kind of dude you met, but you got a good one." And I was like, "Yes,
Wow.
sir, I do." I said, "I really do," and he's the best. He is the best.
Oh, don't,
He can make me mad now. I'm not trying to paint a perfect picture.
I can make her the happiest, and I can make her the man.
Yeah,
But that's the power of love, ain't it? Like
that's the power of
it's
love.
the power. That's that person that they know exactly where that button is.
Yep.
Listen, I love y'all union. It's awesome to see how truly fruitful it has been. Not only just because of this career and everything that y'all have built, but we've gotten also to see you guys as people through your show. And so it's awesome to see like y'all took a chance on each other, and look at this.
That's the truth.
And we realize we're a work in progress. You know, and we have these stages that we're going through. We've been together 20s, 30s, 40s, now our 50s.
Actually, teens.
Early teens. You're right.
So
we've been together longer than we were apart. So to know the stages,
crazy.
and you have those different stages, and like now we're going through hallelujah.
You talking about menopause. I think they have it too. They just, the men have it. It's just amazing that we're able to share, our journey, our platform.
It's so nice.
We don't take it lightly, and I'm just trying to be an example. We're just trying to be an example so we can show other people, other Black couples, other couples, that you can go through things but still stay together, because you're going to have some obstacles. I don't care who you are.
I just want to show people I don't care what you heard. Black love exists.
Yes.
That sounds like a rhyme. I don't care what you heard. Black love exists.
No, and you guys, it is awesome to see. And like to your point, Tamela, you do have to know what you're willing to go through with this person, because everybody has their own breaking points, but y'all have kept it so together, and it's so nice to see that. Especially because y'all do so much together and y'all work together.
Yeah.
I just don't see how y'all are this like strong.
But I mean, you know what? But this is what I asked the Lord for. This is what I prayed for.
Real.
So if I wanted somebody that was in the same line of work that I was doing in music, well, I wouldn't have to explain. So it's like my vision, I wrote that down, and I made that request known to God of what I wanted in my husband.
Right.
And I want it to be forever. Those were things that I said in the beginning. Lord, I want it to be forever. I know we're going to have some ups and downs, but help me stick to it, stick with the fight, and keep my love burning for him, and only my eyes only for him.
And I guess the question that people ask a lot is, how do we balance that? How do we balance work with our love and balance with all of that? I don't balance it. I don't give anything this equal weight that I give her. Mm-hmm. Everything else is, I do it. I give it my undivided attention when I'm there, but nothing weighs in comparison to her. She outweighs anything else that I ever do. And when any of that starts to interfere with this, then it got to go. Because I want to be 95, just sitting up with our diapers on, just looking.
What diapers? Lord,
I'm not going to want to get up and do you. I'm going to feel myself.
No, David, listen. You got to stand up and be that man for her, because at this point, we will fight for Miss Tamela, okay?
Everybody will.
It's so funny because, I changed.
We will fight.
I changed. Thank you so much. I changed the hair, right? So we were at Sam's, and we were moving around, and we had walked, but I walked away, stepped away for a second, and these young ladies came and said, "How you doing?" He Mr. Brown. At least I'm still Tamela Mann. I have my name. And where your wife at? Because first they was looking like
who this chick you at the store with.
So I just
right.
I had this hair down, and I turned around. They was like, oh, hey, because they was like,
no, but they were looking like
they was finna check him.
They were looking like what attitude,
you were serving boom boom pow.
Thank you, ladies. They be looking out for me.
Listen, that's the kind of marriage I would love to have. Just a bunch of soldiers out in the world.
Yes. Who's looking out for me? Who's looking out for me?
Because they
Well,
already know she locked in. That's usually the case anyway. The woman is like, we usually be locked in.
Wow.
They be worried about y'all.
See, see, that ain't right.
But
They be, slimming down, getting the money, getting the bags. People are terrible in this world. Okay.
yeah, but actually it goes both ways. You got people, you got hounds. You have hounds either way.
Listen, because Tamela she be serving it up. I be
serving
it up a little bit.
I'm trying to
I know, and I be catching the service.
I'm trying to represent us thick girls. I'm trying to represent.
You do, and you do. You represent well. I definitely want to talk about the show because you guys stay working. It is such a blessing to see y'all continue to just hit us from every angle, from the stage to the screens. So talk about Assisted Living, which is one of Tyler Perry's new shows that you guys are about to be on.
Assisted Living for us, it's the first time that we've been on TV in a while with new episodes. So if everybody's used to seeing Meet the Browns and Corey Brown, we brought in a couple new characters. Everybody knows J. Anthony Brown
from radio.
The
crazy comedian.
This one is a nut right here. I thought he was just crazy till we put him on in TV in a whole different character. And so she would literally be standing in between me and J. Anthony Brown.
I'm the peacemaker.
Just doing like this, like, what are they going to say next? And we had to remind her. We had to remind her you in the show as well.
But one time they wouldn't fight and they wouldn't stop when I said stop. So they act like they was going to get each other, right? Fight. I just backed up and walked away. And they was like, no, don't leave.
We were just being like, where are you going?
Two grumpy old men. That's exactly what they are.
So you have to deal with this the whole time. I mean, y'all obviously ad-lib a lot. So it's easy to like break out of that, or you gotta
a lot.
But sometimes I can just take my line and kind of reel us back in. Kind of, when you know what.
So you kind of like the Gina. Do you remember back when Gina had to always deal with Martin doing everything Martin was doing?
Right.
So you're a new Gina.
But she's not. She's laughing a lot of the time, and we're having to tell her, you on this show, so you got to say something to.
I'm the audience cast member. That's what they call me. Because I'm laughing at everything. They may have to do a retake because I bust out laughing. I'm like, well, y'all.
I can't believe they put the two of them in a show.
When we heard that he was gonna be one of our co-stars, we was like, oh man, this is gonna be on.
And I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Brown is super saved,
and he is not.
Uncle Vinny is the total opposite of that.
So Cora was constantly trying to say, hey, watch your mouth and you need to get saved. Yep.
It's gonna be a hot mess.
I think Vinny, because Cora is real conservative. She loves the Lord. Vinny be trying to get that.
What?
And you should see her face is like, why are you saying this stupid stuff?
He be trying to come for your girl.
Oh, boy, it is hilarious.
Nobody's interested in that.
But we can't wait to see it. Like, what do you feel like is special about this particular show?
I think it's a breath of fresh air, and it's something different, especially with the two characters coming together. And it's also telling, and we're talking about like ownership, which is very important for us as Black people, of owning stuff and doing things in excellence. And I really enjoyed filming it. I enjoyed. Even though some days we were taping 3 shows a day. And then,
that's what we said. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then if it turned into like a 12-hour day, we would still be leaving with smiles on our faces because it was work, but we enjoyed doing it.
And the storyline, it talks some great family values. We have a couple teenagers on there, and there are some values that the teenagers kind of got on our nerves during the show. The kids were excellent.
They were great.
They were great. But you know how teenagers do their little thing. And so it just kind of showed, patience and love for each other. So great family values.
Yes.
I love that. And I love that y'all were talking about, Black ownership and things like that? Because obviously the headlines are ablaze of Tyler Perry becoming a billionaire.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I am just like, wow.
I gotta call him.
I gotta call him. We haven't called him yet.
We gotta call him and see if we can borrow like 2 or 3 million.
First of all, you gotta wait. You know, the first couple of people gonna get ignored. You know, those are the you gotta get in there later. But no, that's so incredible because you guys have worked with this person who has become just a multi-talented mogul. And you guys are obviously inspired. It's hard to not be inspired by that, working so closely with it, and to see y'all expand your brand,
yes.
And do different avenues with what you are and who you are, and you have the YouTube and different things. What does this represent for y'all? Because it's got to feel so good. It feels good to us.
It represents for me that it's possible.
Right.
That all things are possible if you believe. And I mean, he's kept his faith, and his faith has been in God, and he lets everybody know that. And you know, the same thing with us with Tamela Mann. Our faith in God has really helped us climb this ladder. And I mean, and he's pushed us to encourage us to dream bigger. They're goals that can be reached. And I just want to pass that on to everybody, the viewers and the listeners, that it is possible to do. Especially
seeing him from the beginning, because we were there when he was dressing the stage himself.
Right.
He would actually, you'd see him
telling them what to go buy and all that kind of stuff.
Before the show, you'd see him putting flowers on the stage and rearranging stuff on the stage. And to see now he turn into this billionaire mogul, and you know, a lot of people won't say this, but we've reaped the benefits of that.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking you guys, because I've talked to a lot of his different casts over the years, and a lot of the conversations I love having with y'all is about the breaking of generational, you know, poverty, or growing of generational wealth, changing the trajectory of what your kids and their kids see possible. And y'all have done that.
And you know, we talked to our kids a couple of weeks ago about the sacrifice, because there was a great sacrifice as we were doing those plays. We would be out on those plays 6, 8, 9 months out of the year, and our kids got sacrificed in some of that. But the great thing is, even in something like this pandemic, for them, because 3 of our kids work for us here at the company, and for them not to have to worry about if their job is secure, that was all because of the sacrifices that we made back then.
The Lord just set us up. It was just amazing. Even from the end of the year to the top of the year, how the Lord just set us up. And when this all happened, you know, it was like we were blessed to keep everybody on and just keep moving and trying to create, like, now new content to just keep things going. But I just want people not to lose hope. Y'all don't lose hope.
Faith,
Don't lose faith again, and that things are going to work out.
What made you say, you know what, I'm going to stay this course. I'm going to keep doing these shows. I see the vision. Like, what made y'all believe in this route?
I think because we were, you know, when you're happy at doing what you do and you love doing what you do, it makes you get up to go to work.
And when you really believe in somebody, it helps you to stay, whether it's bitter and sweet, for better, for worse. And so you kind of stay the course. It's like, you know, I don't necessarily agree with that, with everything. But hey, if we made a commitment, let's stick with it. And I think that even with us, you know, he probably didn't agree with us at all times, but he was like, I made a commitment to y'all and we're sticking with it. And I think everybody has come out a winner on this side.
But even the turnaround, even after the 10 years, and to be able to see his progress from a director and writer.
No, it's been 20 years.
20 years. I mean, I'm just saying the 10 years we hadn't been on stage together. But then we started in 99 to 2020. To see the growth of him is amazing. I mean, it's like for him to see his vision come to pass, and even for ourselves, it's amazing. It's been amazing, and I just really thank God for it. I can't.
Things are truly powerful when we walk in the path that we're supposed to be walking on. Without giving up too, because people often think that, you know, when you find your path, and it's just gonna be smooth and it's cute, and that is
No.
definitely not it.
Right.
There's some days when you like, I want to get off.
Yeah.
Wait,
Days I
you
was
said this
be upset, crying backstage.
has been treacherous.
Yeah. So, but we, you know, I thank God we stayed the path.
Yeah.
Yes, God
Cool.
bless.
Course,
Y'all are really an incredible example of that. And it's so nice to see that you continue to do well and continue to lead and continue to love. And it's just so awesome. We love y'all.
Real quick, real with that, yeah.